What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So this video is similar to the most recent video I had released talking about the top things I want to see from the Lightning Collection line, but this is going to be my wish list in figures that I would love to see from Marvel Legends within this year or within the next couple years. So let's get started. First up on my list is Luke Cage. Now, it's been a while since we've gotten updated Luke Cage, and we're definitely in need of one. We've had one previously, but like all figures, he's definitely a character that is a fan favorite and is definitely in need of redo. And I would love to see him in more of like the classic, kind of like more like street clothes look. But ultimately, we need a better body, so this is definitely one that we needed for sure. Another one on my list is going to be an updated, more modern ShangChi. With the success of the ShangChi movie, I think that maybe around the time they release the second one, I think that could be a great time for them to release it. The original one that was released was a great figure and still is, so that's a figure that I would love to see just expanded upon and with a little bit more articulation. But I think there's a lot of opportunity for ShangChi going forward. Just like ShangChi, another figure that I would like to see is Iron Fist. Now, this version that I have shown is actually the newest version of Iron Fist, which is not Danny Rand, but it's Lin Lai. And I really enjoyed this comic run. I think this year was the first year that we were introduced to the character, and you can see he just looks super dope. So I would love to be able to see him, and then maybe through releasing Lin Lai, we could eventually get an updated Danny Rand. And the reason why I want to see Lin Lai first is because they could definitely use it to as a stepping stone, right? They could test the waters, and then once they release Danny Rand, it would just be a way better buck, and they already have everything perfected, so that's why I would love to see Iron Fist. Another character that I know is a huge fan favorite is Blade. Now, it's been a while since we got Blade, and that Blade that we got was just not that great. And I think with now, the way the steps that Marvel has taken, being able to do like suited bodies or like bodies with like trench coats or sleeves, double jointed or pinless technology, this would be a great time to take another crack at Blade and, give us an alternative look. Maybe one with a trench coat or even maybe one sleeveless like this. But I know Blade is definitely a character that a lot of people are looking forward to. And I know with the movie coming out, again, like I mentioned with Shang-Chi, that could be another opportunity for them to give us like a comic look. But ultimately, I would love to see Blade sooner rather than later, as I know a lot of people would as well. Another figure that I want to see is Aries being redone. Now, we got a re-release some Aries, I want to say a few years ago, but that honestly was terrible because that was pretty much just a repaint of the Build-A-Figure from way back in the day. It still had wide-jointed hips, and I think with a character like this and all the new bucks that we have, we just need an update on Aries. And I know it's probably going to be a while before we even get another Aries, but I would love to see this character. He just looks so dope and so intimidating. So, I would love to see him just be done right and given a more modern, updated look. So, I would love to see Aries going forward. I would love to see Sabretooth being redone, but in this more animated style look. Now, I know that Hasbro's taking a step away from doing the animated X-Men wave with the cel-shaded look, but maybe we could get it in a retro wave or something like that. But I always loved this look of Sabretooth, and I always felt that the Sabretooths that we've gotten never matched like the height and the stature of how intimidating and how beastly he looks. So I would love to see this type of Sabretooth being done on a bigger buck and really get that size difference and really show how just intimidating he is. So I would love to see that. So that's definitely high on my list. Another figure that I would like to see, or a character that I would like to see, is one that I'm not necessarily originated from the comics, but I actually got introduced to the character from the game Marvel Contest of Champions, and this character is Guillotine, and I just love the way she looks. She has that knight aesthetic, and she has a big ass broadsword, and I think this would be dope. I know a lot of our female characters don't always get the attention and appreciation that they deserve, so having something like this would definitely be really nice to see, and I honestly highly doubt that they would ever do it. I know aside from like the Civil Warrior, that was really the only figure that we pretty much got from the Contest of Champions game, but I would like to see them take a look at that. That'd be really cool. Another character that I would love to see is Ronan. Now, Ronan is a character that I know has since been kind of brought into the limelight from the Avengers Endgame movie, but I was introduced to the character in New Avengers. I just love the design of the character, and it has been a long time since we've gotten a Ronan figure, so I think that this would be such a great time to do so. I would have loved to see them do a comic version of Ronan, but instead they gave us the the MCU version, which is fine, but ultimately seeing Ronan updated would just be super, super sweet. And I think that with the articulation nowadays, they could just go crazy with it. So I'd love to see that. Piggybacking off of the Ronan, I would also love to see an updated classic Hawkeye. Now, we got one in the retro packaging of Hawkeye, but that body mold just didn't really suit the character. I'm just tired of that type of body mold, and nowadays I want to see something where you could really get him in more dynamic arrow shooting poses. Definitely seeing him more like agile would be just amazing, and I know that that's something that I would like to see. They could even do him like as an Ultimate Riders, with like the Sky Cycle. So I think that would be a cool way to introduce the character too, and it'd be a nice little nod to the original Toy Biz release when they had him with the Sky Cycle as well. One final character that I would have loved to see is Robbie Reyes. I know that Hasbro had released the HasLab Kickstarter, and there was just a lot of controversy on the price point and the lack of accessories and this and that. And unfortunately, that HasLab never came to light. But I think that this figure, or this character, I should say, is definitely someone that I think a lot of people would love to see. And I really honestly hope that it didn't kind of sour the taste of because it didn't get backed and made. I hope that doesn't push it back in the eyes of Hasbro, because there's still a lot of potential for this character. And again, maybe we didn't get the HasLab, but there's other alternatives. Maybe we could get something in like Ultimate Riders type thing, if that's the case, or something deluxe set, maybe not as expensive, but I just would love to see this character, and I know a lot of people would too as well. So this is my list of things that I would like to see going forward. I think there's some possibility for maybe some of these, and some of them are maybe just just wishful thinking. But ultimately, this is what I want to see. Let me know what you guys want to see, because I would love to be able to kind of continue to make more of these, and I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback on the line going forward. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Take care. Peace.